Hey there, thanks for pushing play and tuning into this video spotlight. We have a good one for you. It's not a speaker so much, but in fact, one of our premier sponsors of the 4th annual Pet Care Visibility Conference. And we are thrilled to have Dogwise on board, dogwise.com, and it's Dogwise Publishing. And we are joined right here, right now, by the founder, by the owner, Charlene Woodward. How are you today, Charlene? Thank you so much for coming along with us.
Thank you for inviting me along.
Now, I love that you said you are right now in out of Washington State. I asked you where. You said the name of the town is Wenatchee, Washington, and as you said, it's known as the sunny side of Washington.
Yes, we wouldn't want people to feel sorry for us that we live on the rainy side of Washington near Seattle. We're about a 2.5-hour drive from Seattle, and while my family are and still are Seattle natives and can find our way around the very congested city of Seattle, we embrace the sunny skies of what's called Central Washington.
Well, that's fantastic. And what I'm so impressed with is everybody watching, if you are not familiar with the website and with the publishing company Dogwise, you're in for a big treat, because not only do they have thousands of titles, not only have they been around long before the internet was even anything, 1986 is when she started, but you're going to see how you can use the partnership you will have now with Dogwise to not only help yourself personally and professionally within your own business, but what I like doing with all of our sponsors is showing you how you can take it 1 and 2 steps further. You're going to see how you can use this connection and this relationship with Dogwise to improve your relationship with your clients. They have thousands of titles that they publish and self-publish. Titles like The Puppy Survival Guide, The Ethical Dog Trainer, Fun Nose Work for Dogs, Raw Dog Food, It's a Dog, Not a Toaster, How to Run a Dog Business, and Off-Leash Dog Play are just a few that I am thrilled to be talking about. Now, Charlene, give us a quick background on what are those 2 aspects that you are very excited to get in front of our audience for?
I think the first and most important thing, anyone who's worked even for a day in pet sitting, is that they quickly learn how little they might know about the motivations and the reasons for dogs behaving the way they do. And therefore, I would say to your folks, read everything you can on dog behavior, read the most modern information. There is a great deal of science behind dog training and behavior now. And with that background, when they get that animal into their care that is behaving in a way that is different than any other animal perhaps that they've interacted with, they have a resource to go to say, what is going on in this dog's mind that is causing this behavior? And in some cases, this is very problematic behavior for the pet sitter themselves or for the other dogs or pets in their care.
And what I love is that you not only have books in your library, you also have digital books and you have DVDs, right?
Correct. You know, everyone has a different style of learning, and you know, so the electronic book allows you to read it on any different device, Kindle, iPad, your PC. And of course, many of us learn well by both modalities, reading and watching videos. So a lot of what we have published ourselves are books with a smaller number of videos, and that's generally true throughout the educational information about dogs, but seeing is believing in many cases.
Yeah, and what's great is that we were actually put in touch with you by one of our keynote speakers, Linda Case, who is going to be speaking on all things pet nutrition. And she's, of course, one of your authors. She has a book out with you guys. And she said, you know what? I should put you in touch with Dogwise. And here we are. And everybody watching, what's going to happen is at the event, you're going to have the luxury of seeing a hand-picked library of specific titles that are going to interest you. And this means you're not only going to be able to get your hands on a variety of hand-selected relevant topics, but you're going to be able to see how you can, throughout their entire library, how you can start to see the bigger picture with your clients. For example, the easy one is if you have a client that has a new puppy, now you can go back to the Dogwise catalog. You can see what might be perfect for that client. You can give it to them. You can sell it to them. You can do social media contests and giveaways with them. You can do product reviews on your website through an affiliate link, even if you wanted to, all through the Dogwise website. So this is going to be really exciting. Now, what are some of the most popular titles that you see month after month are the go-to in your library, Charlene?
I think pet sitters could never go wrong by anything but from Turid, Turid, Rugaas, Rugaas. And as Turid says, she reminds me more than once that it is two A's in her last name. Her work was some of the earliest work on canine body language, and anyone who works in this field will want to own, will want to refer their clients to the book that is called On Talking Terms with Dogs. It's a small book, it's color, it's got brief, concise descriptions, and it opens the eyes of the pet owners. Dogs are communicating with us all the time, whether we're paying attention or not.
Wow. Now, what did you tell me about your history? Because I mentioned at the top of this show that you have gotten into this in the 80s. 1986 is, in fact, when you started this. What brought you into this?
Well, you know, when I talk to what I call big D dog people, I say, I have a tattoo right here, and it says, I am not a dog trainer. And the reason I point that out to them is I can sound very knowledgeable as if I have done what they are doing, but what I really am is a bookseller who, by trial and error, found this rather remarkable niche. I can tell you that we are part of Publishers Association and Booksellers Associations, and others, people who love books, would love to have stumbled into what Dogwise stumbled into when we went to our very first dog show, which was in 1987. And the way I describe it to people is we brought 4 boxes of books. We said, these are samples. You can't take them with you. And we were mobbed. And at the same time, we knew nothing about dogs. If someone said, do you have a book on IGs? I'd say, what's an IG? Italian Greyhound. If they said Schutzen, I want a book on Schutzen, I had to have them describe it to me. And the good news is for your people is they are the experts. They are the experts on what they do and what they need. Our job, Dogwise.com and Dogwise Publishing, is to give them what they're looking for. And in about 15, 20 years ago, we discovered that there was publishing in the bigger world of publishing, the big name publishers, were starting to let go of books, let books go out of print that continue to be incredibly successful for Dogwise. There's a classic book called Therapy Dogs. We had the author revise it because we knew that it needed that touch. And that book continues to be one of the best-selling books on the subject of using your pet in a therapeutic way as a visitation dog. We took a book called Canine Massage, something that your audience might want to expand their knowledge on. And that is, okay, what do you do? How do you touch a dog? How do you do the stroking? It literally could lead someone into an additional business for themselves, which is being paid to do canine massage. And we all know how much human massages cost. And while I haven't had one done on my dog lately, I'm guessing it's pretty close to the same revenue flow.
I am so jazzed, so pumped to hear this, because I didn't know all of this stuff that you were going to talk about, and it's so inspiring to know, as a business owner, as a pet sitter, a dog walker, trainer, groomer, whatever your area is. We are going to be able to use Dogwise, like we're saying, on all these other levels to help us personally grow, and to help our business grow, and to help our clients look to us as various resources in so many ways. Let me ask you this, Charlene. I might be biased, but I like to think that I work with a lot of smart business owners. Some might have books in them. Where can we go with that? Is there any way we can sort of have a dialogue and say this person has a great idea, great topic, great knowledge for a book?
Well, Josh, that's pretty much how I spend my time at Dogwise. I no longer pick books off of shelves and put them in boxes. What I do is I talk to authors, would-be authors. I seek out authors. How about if I tell you what we call the perfect author, because it might be your people in your audience.
I like it. Let's go.
They are an expert on their subject. That means they either are an incredible researcher, because they didn't do the original research in how to touch a dog properly. They are able to write reasonably well, and by that I mean any publisher or even book buyer is not going to buy a poorly edited book. Dogwise can edit books, but we are not ghostwriters. So an author the potential author has to come to us with an idea that is unique. And as in many parts of life, we would say, have you done your homework? Are there other books on this subject? If so, how will yours be better? So people in your field might say, I've been to every seminar. I have been to the Pet Sittingology Conference. I've been to Association of Pet Dog Conference. I have never heard XYZ topic covered. And that person who is an expert in their field, says, I would like to write about it. So when I spend my time and I invite your audience to work with us, there is a simple, on the Dogwise.com website, there's a tab called Publishing. On the Publishing tab, there's a pre-submission form. What we want to do is we don't want to make you do lots of work if we are not a good potential publisher for you. So it asks some simple questions. We get back to you. Typically, we are a pretty quick turnaround for a publisher, somewhere between 48 hours and 10 days. And we will say, oh, we'd like to talk to you. We might say, we'd like to know more. And then we're going to have the next step in the process. So the key to becoming a successful author is you find a topic that is not well covered. You can write well enough that it is not a nightmare for a publisher or the reader to read it. The third thing is much like you're doing with your conference. Is this person willing and able to speak as an expert on their topic? I don't know enough about how you get your speakers for your conference, but my guess is you are always looking for people to interview, to speak, to do a roundtable discussions. If these people are listening to this broadcast and they think they've got a topic that needs more attention, they should sit down, or they should contact you or Pet Sittingology and say, let me talk to people for 20 minutes. Some of the conferences have this networking opportunity. So in terms of Dogwise, a very easy process. Start with a pre-submission. You'll find it on our website, and then we'll go from there. Dogwise Publishing is not in business unless you people write books. So we are extremely welcoming and interested in what these folks want to write about.
This is unbelievable. This whole entire dialogue and topic seems like we are wonderfully going down the rabbit hole. Seems like we have a lot of layers to peel off here. And I'm thrilled that this is just the beginning. So let's leave it at that. I cannot wait to see you and your team in person at our 4th annual conference. And we'll keep the conversation going. Thanks so much for spending some time, Charlene.
You're welcome, Josh.